Firstly, it doesn't happen a lot that I get a standing ovation before I even start to sing. I mean, I'll be honest, normally I tend to work for the applause, so to have it so readily available, it just made my life so much easier today. But this is the first time this has happened. I've never been introduced via slot machine. And in my almost 41 years of performing in front of people, I guess there are still a lot of firsts to still have had. That's the first time that ever happened. And I think my mom will get a huge kick out of that. Yeah. Pinakilala yung anak ko sa lahat ng Young Living via slot machine. I mean, that doesn't happen often. And firstly, to everybody from Young Living outside of the Philippines, welcome to the Philippines. And to Young Living, welcome to the Philippines. Ang daming cellphone, pero sorry na. I was first introduced to Young Living essential oils in 2005. There were two women that roped me in to this. And I say this with only so much love. One of them is a medical doctor, an anesthesiologist, who also happens to be the wife of my voice doctor. Her name is Arlene Hernandez. And Arlene, ang dami mong fans. And the other one is one of her friends from high school that she introduced me to via email and snail mail, Teresa Valmonte, who we fondly call Tech, who looks like a queen today. Tech, di ako sanay. Normally I see you without makeup. You know, you've driven to my aunt's house to hand over a roller of pantanggal sipon a few days before a concert. So that's actually happened. Because I'm a performer that predominantly does musical theater, it means 8 performances a week. It means on a daily basis being stuck in a petri dish where people get sick just like that. And it's one of those things where it's one of the inevitabilities of my job, that if I've said yes to a show, that already means that there's going to be a frequent cold, flu, throat infection, blah, 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 that's going to happen in the course of my run. And Arlene kind of knew this because her husband takes care of professional voices, including mine, and he handles also Vice Ganda, he handles Jed Madela and Martin Guevara and all of these incredible names. Yes, I push all of them in his direction. I'll take credit for that, by the way. No commissions, just pay me in oils. Oils only, that's okay. No, I'm just joking. So Arlene was very much aware of the demands on a professional voice. So immediately she sends me a message. I would like to introduce you to my friend. And this is what she does. You might be interested. So Tech sent a sample to my New York apartment of the oils that were available. And of course, everything just smelled good. And of course, you feel good because your environment is all of a sudden altered and changed. So fast forward to 3 years later, I do another Broadway show, Once on This Island, which celebrated 1 year yesterday. So it's a very happy day, very happy weekend for me. And instead of me going into a theater with nothing, I went in with a diffuser, a diffuser, and already a list of the oils I needed in my dressing room. There's these, there's oil of oregano, which you kind of have to, it's one of the worst things on earth, but it's one of the best things for you. Have you ever tasted it? I need not say any more than that. So there's that, and then of course there's lemon to make everything smell good, and then there's, I don't know how many kinds of eucalyptus that were in my room, and and these are like specific oils for my profession, and a lot of Broadway performers, a lot of them carry a vial of thieves, especially when traveling on a plane, and they all get paranoid when they don't have any of it. And so I had to share a dressing room with the actor playing Papa Gay, who is this beautiful, beautiful woman, but I could always see that whenever she walked in, she always had this most concerned frown or scowl or tension in her face. And it was almost, and we got to know each other very well, that the minute she walked through the door of that dressing room, and if I happened to be in there already, I just took one look at her up and down and knew exactly what to diffuse on that day. It's like, valor, peace, and calming. No, lavender is a little too intense. It's going to make you fall asleep. So we were in this dressing room for quite a few months. And so we developed a really deep bond and friendship. And she knew that the minute she walked into a room, it would be a very calm and centered environment for her. And she would jokingly say, "Are you going to drug me up today with these things that you're doing?" Like, you know me well. And the diffuser was always dead center between the two of us, so the two of us would always enjoy the benefits of this. So this is my long-winded way of saying thank you to Tech and to Arlene for the introduction to something that has obviously changed so many people's lives. And it isn't just about a room smelling nice. I mean, that's great, but it's ultimately about taking care of oneself and taking charge of one's health and feeling the freedom to do all the things that you want to do with your life and make them all come true, knowing that the next day you will have the energy and the capacity to do all of these things. I mean, I still get paranoid about catching a cold and throat infections. I mean, the oils and Western medicine do work hand in hand in order to help things along. But what I have found is that I'm in a much better state of mind. and that I don't reach for the pharmaceuticals immediately. And it seems to be a cultural thing for the Filipinos anyway, as pointed out by Tai, who I got to meet and speak to today. But it's about, for all of you, it's about empowerment and autonomy, if that's a good word. It's ultimately about the freedom to make your choices and to take care of your families and live your best lives. So to Tetch and to Arlene for the introduction and the addiction. Thank you both, and I love you both very much. So, yeah, so and I've already said, we got to figure out this myrtle oil shortage, because as somebody that has to deal with phlegm as part of my job, trying to keep it away, myrtle's one of the best things that works. So I get paranoid when it's not available. I get very upset. So when it is available, I stockpile. So I'm sorry. So you'll send me one? Thanks, Tetch. So one of them is going to be sending me some. That'll make me very happy. Right now I have 2 of them, 2 full bottles in my house, and I don't open them. It's like gold. Thieves, okay lang. Kung mawalan, okay lang. Madali lang bumili. But some of that other stuff is just so tough to find. Allow me then to sing one more for you.